Up next, a UFC featherweight division fight. All right, well, he's one of the more accomplished strikers in this division. Sprawl and brawl, whatever you want to say, he's going to try to keep this fight standing tonight.
It does not matter how he accomplishes it. All he wants to do is be on his feet and at range, hitting you with a beautiful jab, staying away from the grappling exchanges. You don't accomplish all the things that this man has accomplished over the course of his career without understanding distance. He has great distance management, which then in turn allows him to land all these beautiful diverse kicks, spinning back kick, jumping high kick, so many things he possesses that he will try to use tonight in this fight.
Yeah, if this turns into a kickboxing match tonight, most people believe, yeah, his opponent is in a world of trouble. Well, this is exciting here, DC. The founder of Jeet Kune Do, one of the founding fathers, really, of mixed martial arts, Bruce Lee, is back in a big spot here tonight.
Bruce Lee is what every kid looked to when they thought about doing karate. Bruce Lee is the person that anyone looked at when they said, I want to be a fighter. It was the speed, it was the charisma, it was the approach of Bruce Lee that made him so special. And tonight, he's gonna look to show a new generation of fighters exactly how it's supposed to be done.
And if you hear the phrase, drillers make killers, right? I mean, that was Bruce Lee in a nutshell. He felt like practice would make perfect. Nobody trained as hard as the great Bruce Lee. Our tail of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. So these fighters relatively close in age, just a year apart, with the same height and some differences in reach. Let's get it started. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. When the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Herb Dean. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Madison Square Garden Arena in New York City, it's time! 5 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a boxer, making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, Assassin. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California, USA, Bruce the Dragon Lee!
You've been given your instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We will have a clean fight. Touch gloves, just make it fun.
Ready. You ready to fight?
All right, let's get this one started here. Round 1 is underway, and we've got a striker who is a force to be reckoned with. Tonight, though, he draws a guy who can do a little bit of everything.
And that guy is usually the one that will have the advantage. But we know what a high-level striker is, and this guy is as high level as we've ever seen in the UFC.
Lee's kick is blocked.
Be first, be first.
Opens with the left hand and lands flush.
Double jab cross.
Lee gets caught with that punch. Try to establish that jab.
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad. That one was thrown to end the fight.
Yep.
It's okay. Keep going. Keep going.
Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by this gentleman. Ooh, what a punch. Oh!
Let's get him down.
Just over 3 minutes now to go in round one.
Big body kick. Look at the whip action that comes from him throwing that kick.
Able to check that kick as well.
Take shot. Now, take shot.
Oh!
That one landed clean. Dig and kick.
Continues with the leg kick. And both guys really throwing with authority.
Ooh, what a head kick.
Oh, massive head kick there. We'll see if he can finish. Block that kick to the body.
Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one?
Oh! And lands the left there.
Hands high. Hands high.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
And he landed the right hand there. Oh, strong punch there by Lee.
Nice head kick. Oh! Caught that kick there.
Connects with a right.
Score that takedown for me, man.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
Side, side.
I mean, that right hand landed square.
So we cross the 30-second mark in our opening round.
He has a commitment to kicking tonight, and it shows.
Oh, lands a left punch there, and a lot of it set up by good footwork.
Really great footwork and setting traps so that he can land that beautiful left hand.
Nice punch there by Lee. 10 seconds now to go in the round. Round two straight ahead.
Hey, stop.
Take a deep breath and relax. Watch him look for finish this one. Put the pressure on this guy.
All right, that horn signifies the end of the round. Let's take us through some replays, champ.
And the replays are going to be kicks. That's the story of this fight to this point. He is landing these kicks at will, just driving his shin into his opponent's legs, and it's really starting to slow him down.
All right, next round is underway, DC. We talked about his powerful kicks, how he attacks all sides of the body, the head, the legs. Pretty good start for him tonight.
That was so impressive to see. Someone fight almost predominantly with their legs and have that level of success. Look at the turnover in that kick.
That's working.
The left punch is true, now the right hand.
Ooh, head kick lands, he's hurt.
Oh, just out of range with that right hand. Landed a big kick there. body is blocked. Just out of range with that right hook.
Come on, buddy. Keep your hands up. Let's go.
Pinpoint accuracy on that kick.
No wind up, no tell, just a brutal kick.
Sniff that one out as he blocks the kick. Going to the leg kick now, and it's there. Nice job by Lee. Slips to avoid the right. Oh, and he tags him with the straight hand there. Beautifully done by Lee.
Head kick lands.
And they separate. Lee gets caught with that punch.
Very tricky when he throws that body kick.
Whiffs on the straight right hand. Well, a really good second round for him thus far. After a somewhat lackluster first round, he has found the rhythm and found his striking range. Scary proposition for the opponent now here in round 2. Big strike lands.
Big strike lands. Now he looks to try to chase down that finish. He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks. Look at how he turns his hip over when he throws that kick.
Right hand upstairs.
Keep your hands up. Use your footwork now. It's okay. Use your footwork.
Lee's knee to the body looked like for a second it would get through, but that one is blocked. Just unable to quite find that range.
Real quick leg kick.
Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds.
Nice straight punch.
Nice 1-2 there. Oh, trying to turn out the lights with that roundhouse kick, but just misses. With the hook shot there by Lee.
Relax, relax. Keep your hands up.
Look at him drive his shin into his opponent's body with that body kick.
Oh, thought he might have had that head kick, but just out of range.
Head kick. Oh!
Oh! Much improved defensively as he blocks the shot.
I mean, he's cutting them down to size with these beautiful leg kicks. Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range.
Oh, he continues to land a high number of strikes in this round. Really hasn't let up when it comes to his aggressiveness. Certainly have to be mindful that you don't gas out, but you gotta like the output on display here. Superman punch now. And that's the end of round number 2. All right, well, that's the end of the round, so the location is okay, the cut on the cheek, but that is some serious blood trickling out of that cut there. You got to think maybe at some point they call the doctor in, and if he doesn't like what he sees, maybe they stop this fight. All right, so a huge round for him there. Nearly had him out of there with the head kick. Did get the knockdown. Talk us through the replay.
He got the knockdown. He won the round. He did everything correct. The only thing he didn't do is finish the fight. But if he continues down the path, if he continues to do the exact same thing as he did before, he will get that finish.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway. Well, not only has he stayed aggressive as he was in the previous round, landing a high volume of strikes, but he's also been efficient, not just with his strikes, but also with his body movement. Complete performance out of this fighter here tonight.
Look at him chopping the wood. Chop the wood with those leg kicks. Good punch land. Nice job of hiding that head kick.
Oh, huge block!
Nice kick.
Let's get busy with those hands.
Lee gets touched by that leg kick attempt.
Speaking balls, let's get going now.
Ooh, big shot lands. Nice sneaky head kick.
Went for the inside leg kick. Well, the body work's starting to take its toll. Look at the redness starting to appear on his left side.
Stay strong. You can't break your will.
Just misses with the straight right. Lee gets caught with that punch.
Yes, they hurt him in the last round. Same exact one.
And they separate. Bone on bone as the head kick lands flush.
He better get those hands up or he's gonna put him to sleep.
Another shot lands upstairs.
It's such a fast leg kick.
Let's get some offense. Let's get going.
Well, that body kick was there earlier, not there on that attempt. Oh, and he connects with a punch there, DC. You gotta like what you're seeing thus far.
I mean, the speed at which he throws is crazy. Oh, nice jab.
Oh, he landed that knee to the midsection. Gotta think his opponent's gonna feel that one in the morning.
And he's gonna continue to throw that strike because he knows that his opponent can't take many of them.
Well, you gotta admire the urgency here. He is trying to keep the judges out of it, lighten up his opponent left and right. Oh, and there's a land with the kick, so certainly a good sign for him there.
When that's working, you know he's in for a good night. Nice body kick right under the elbow.
Let those hands go. Give me some combination.
Punches blocked.
Nice head kick. Good punch.
Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there.
You control this.
Misses again with a right punch. Lee gets caught with that punch. Don't be afraid to get that head off the center line.
It's there. Takedown.
Oh, Superman punch.
That was a thudding leg kick. Liver kick.
Oh, that's a good right hand. Hard shots landing on both sides here.
Big kick lands.
Lee's kick to the body, that one blocked.
Nice punch lands over the top.
You got this. You got it.
Oh man, head kick lands.
Oh, he has landed a high volume of strikes in this round and really hasn't let up when it comes to his aggressiveness. The striking has been on point every step of the way. Careful to not gas out, but you gotta like the output here down the stretch. And he caught the kick. That's 3 rounds in the can. We're headed to the championship rounds. right, so we now look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. A lot of good highlights on both sides.
I mean, a lot of good highlights from both competitors. They both should be very proud of what they accomplished. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not sure they can keep this up. If they land at this clip for another 5 minutes, somebody's going to sleep.
Getting too frustrated trying to force these leg kicks. Slow it down a little bit, just like we practiced in the...
All right, next round is underway, and if you look at these two guys in between rounds, it looks like they barely broken a sweat, both with good resting heart rates, stamina still very high, and you just have to laud the efforts of these guys in training. Both men certainly noted cardio specialists, but incredible that they would have this much in the tank after 10-plus minutes of fighting. Oh, that right hand is on point.
Oh, I did, because I have times where I've been kicked like that, and I'm gonna tell you one thing, it does not feel good.
Oh, and he lands yet another strike to the body. Pinpoint placement right underneath the elbow. Strong left there. Still standing.
I mean, I have no idea. This fight is supposed to be over. And it might not be over now, but it's got to be over very soon.
Just missing on the high kick there. Well, it's one thing to have length, it's another thing to use it, and he does it as well as anyone. Nice kick there by Lee. Lands flush with that right hand.
Look at how he turns his hip into that leg kick.
Punches in bunches, and he hasn't really shown any signs of slowing down here tonight. I'm not sure how much more his opponent can take.
Big head kick lands.
Lee gets caught with that punch. His chin is held up thus far. Got to shore up the defense here, though.
Big body kick lands.
Nice combination of strikes there by Lee.
Nice kick.
Lands with a right hand. Trying to kick the leg out. Right punches there. Lee gets caught with that punch. Got to shore up the defense here. 2 minutes now to go.
Put him up.
Game of inches right there, boy. Wow. It was a good night if that landed. Nice looping punch.
All right, he engages in the single collar tie, and they separate. Well, he continues to offer up the kick here, but just misses with that one. Well, he has landed some good shots, DC, but really unable to string anything together in terms of solid combinations.
It's because he's not committing to it fully. He throws his jab. He may float a right hand out there, but he's not really sitting down on the right hand. He really doesn't seem to have the intent on landing it. He's got to be confident that it's going to land, and he's got to really throw his whole entire body into those strikes. Powerful leg kick lands. Beautiful strike.
30 seconds minutes to go.
Right under the elbow.
Goes to the body there. Well done to catch the kick. We'll see what he can do. Lee gets hit by that leg kick. You may want to start checking some of these. Down, potentially 5 to go. All right, that's the end of 5 minutes. That's the end of the round. You see the cut on his lip, and that thing is only getting worse. Pretty nasty gash at this point in time. You know he's gonna need some sutures after the fact. The focus right now, though, keeping his head in the game. Don't think about the cut. You gotta think about getting your offense going and shoring up that defense to prevent that cut from getting any worse. All right, here we go as our next round gets underway. His strong leg packs so much power that even when he doesn't throw it full throttle, you see he's able to inflict damage. We'll see if he can keep it going here in this round.
He doesn't throw it full power, but even when he feints it, he draws out reactions from his opponents because they don't want to get hit with any more of those kicks. It's a cycle.
Best head kick you'll ever see.
You don't really stand after you take a head kick like this. That is such toughness. Even be on his feet right now.
Not there. Head kick attempt, unable to find the target. Lee gets caught with that punch. Not the easiest guy in the world to hit, but he got caught there.
Ooh-wee! Ooh-wee, what a right hand by this young man.
Lands the right hand.
His hands are down. High kick, high kick.
Good stick.
Oh, head kick lands and with style points. Well done. Right there, his opponent's wobble check.
He's hurt bad. This dude needs to grab. He needs to wrestle. He has to do something. He cannot take another shot like that.
Perfect. You hit him hard. You hurt him. Let's go.
Oh, straight right. Ooh. Spinning.
Now he's on top of him looking for the finish. He got him bad.
Lands the ground and pound strike. Oh! And he's able to work his way back to his feet. And now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Such a sneaky head kick. He did not recognize it was coming high, and now he's got him hurt bad. I mean, look at the commitment to kicking in this fight.
Well, a case of pick your poison here. If you drop the elbow defensively to lessen the body damage, you open yourself up upstairs. He is in some serious trouble now. Man, striking class is in session. Beautiful punch there.
Great job landing. What a damaging punch. He's just being more aggressive, and because he's being more aggressive and more loose with his strikes, he's landing.
Out of range with that kick attempt.
What a fantastic strike to throw at him. Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
Oh, he might be out. Unbelievable.
He got him. Oh, my goodness. What a fight.
Again, the winner here was so aggressive with his onslaught. He wanted to make sure he kept the judges out of the equation. Mission accomplished on that front as he gets the TKO victory here tonight. All right, let's get you some replays now. Certainly a lot for our replay guys to work with in the truck. This was a clinic tonight in terms of mixed martial arts acumen in every realm of the game.
A full-on display of all of his skills. He did everything in this championship-winning performance. He used his wrestling. He used his elbows. He used his pace and pressure to really wear down his opponent so that he can get his hand raised.
All right, with that, we now go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean is going to stop this contest at 3 minutes, 5 seconds of round number 5. Declaring the winner by knockout, Bruce the Dragon Lee!
So the celebration is on with him and his team, and rightfully so. A monumental result tonight as he gets the win by knockout.
He spoke it into existence. He said over and over to anyone that'll listen, I am going to knock this man out. He did it in an even more impressive fashion